This is a new addition to the family. I think the name might be Tweety. It's a finch. It's a female. Male. Male. Correction. There's a little bird's nest in the top right hand corner. Stuff you might need to set up a finch setup is a little nest in the corner so they have a place to sleep with some cotton fill. You can also use dryer lint. That works for bedding. You just put it along the bottom of the, I want to say fish tank so bad. You put it along the bottom of the cage, and that gives the finch a place to grab some filler and fill it up himself. I put some in the actual nest, which you can see the nest up there on the top right, and that way there was already some in there. The filler that I put on the bottom of the cage today, I found in the bottom there, you'll see a little Chinese bowl, and that's used as a bird bath. The finches love their baths. Room temperature water. I tried going a little bit chilly, thinking maybe that would be more comfortable on a hot day. No, they wait for it to warm up and get to room temperature, and then they go crazy in it and splash and make a real good mess. Luckily on this cage, you can see on the lower portion over here, there's plastic cage guards to keep food and water and feces from getting all over your carpet. And the bird bath is great. He uses it daily, so every day I've got to clean it out. There'd be a little bit of bird poop, but what he did was he took all the nesting material and he put it all in his bird bath. So that could be a spendy habit, is putting nesting stuff in there so he could do his nest the way he wants it, and having him just start throwing it in the bird bath every day. And then he used it as a water ball. So I don't know what Tweety's deal was with that. It's either Tweety or Jasper's. I haven't quite figured out a name. Maybe somebody could give me what they think. I figured Tweety for my daughter. I thought that was cute. Though I may get a canary, and that one I would want to name Tweety, because Tweety is a canary, I believe. Yes, she is. And okay, so he's got his nest up there. He's got some cotton filler in there. He's got some spray millet over here. I've got some spray millet for him to munch on when he desires. I had it hanging from the top of the cage, and when he pecked at it, it just swung. So I put it on the bottom of the cage. He crapped on it. So now I've got it right up on the side of the cage, next to one of the poles, so he can stand there and have it if he wants, and actually peck against the cage so it doesn't swing. Then there's some mirrors in there, as you can see. There's one in front of his nest blocking that hole there, but it's not really blocking the hole, it just looks like it is from the camera. And the mirror is actually a sexual stimulant to birds. They will believe there's another bird in there, and they go a little crazy with it. It keeps them happy, and it's recommended. Some people say don't put mirrors in the cages, and it's like, why not? I mean, you know, so they're a little stimulated. There's nothing wrong with that. It's natural, and we could all use some stimulation, I believe, right? So there's a little birdhouse thing on right there where he's at now. He doesn't really play with that toy at all, and the wood one in the center is more for a parrot that he just flew against than it is for a finch. I just have it in there because it's so colorful and it came with the cage. So then the food dish, there's finch. You want to avoid parakeet food. It's too bulky, they won't eat the stuff, and they don't need gravel for a finch. So all you need is food, spray millet. You don't even need a cuttle bone, from what I've been told. I might get one anyway. Cuttle bones are used to trim the beak, to keep it from growing too much, but as I've been advised with finches from a previous finch owner of 12 or 15 years, they've never used a cuttle bone and their birds are just fine. So that's an option, and they're about $1.75 for a cuttle bone. Dr. Foster's and Smith has great stuff. Check them out online and order one of their catalogs. They have cat, bird, dog, horse, fish, whatever you need, they have it. And they have an 800 number which will help you with any questions you might have. You can call up anytime during business hours, and they've got great customer service. They'll answer medication questions, basic setting up for the first time. They'll walk you through, they'll help you place your order, and they'll do it all right there in one phone call. Sometimes they may have to transfer you to another number or to another line to speak with somebody else, but they'll take care of that right there for you. You don't have to make another phone call. And then there's fresh water in there. Water should be changed every day to 3. Depending, you can tell if it's filled with feathers or dust or poop or seed husks or whatever might be in there. If he's putting his bedding in the water, you'll want to change that. So just more or less monitor it and go by that. I don't want to say change the water every day. I used to when I worked in the pet store, but I didn't have a bird. I just went by what the book said. And now having one, you get away with 2 or 3 days of having the same water. It's not going to hurt them. As I said, if the water shows signs of necessary changing, then of course change it. Otherwise, just go by common sense. The shells from the husks that he eats when he's eating his bird seed will be left in the food dish. For the most part, they're not a very messy bird besides the poop on the bottom of the cage, and that's minimal now. It's been about 2-3 days, and it's noticeable, but I've got some construction paper down. I'll be switching to newspaper, the more affordable remedy, and I think they're not that messy. Once a week, maybe just pull it out, throw a new sheet of paper in, and off I go. Maybe once every 2 to 3 months, I'll scrub down the cage a little bit, try and wipe down those perches from bird poop. He only seems to get it on the lower one. The upper ones are perfectly clean. They do have their own song, as you can hear. Can you hear them? Sing, Tweety. Alright, sing, Tweety. Of course, now he's not saying anything. He's just looking at me. Okay, that really worked out. So food, basically a Finch food. I bought some Signature Series, I believe they call it, from Dr. Foster's, which is considered a little bit of a more high-end food. You can buy at Walmart $4 for a 5-pound bag. Otherwise, PetSmart will sell you a 2-pound bag for $6. And then there's Chuck and Don's. They sell a little bit higher end food, better quality, with more of the nuts and vegetables and stuff in there, fruits that he might like. And he's very active. 10 o'clock in the morning he wakes me up, and about 8 o'clock at night he quiets down. They enjoy being talked to, they enjoy eye contact. I even pet him last night while he was sleeping. He was standing right there, and I shoved my finger in and got to pet him once before he woke up, and then flew across the side of the cage and just stood there looking at me like I was nuts. But they're not much for physical interactions, so it's not a hand-fed parakeet or a larger conure of any kind that you can actually handle. And I'm dreading the day he gets out from changing his water bowl for his baths. He really flies around a lot when I do that, and I'm worried that he's going to get out, and I don't have a net yet to catch him besides my fish net, and that's not really safe for him. I could damage his wing, I could hurt him with that fish net. You need a deep, like, butterfly net that's long and gives time for him to be caught in the net and slowed down before he hits the back of the net. You don't just want to wham, slam him down with the fish net. So basically, you need the food, you need the spray millet, you need the bird nest, you need a bath bowl, which you could use just a normal kitchen bowl, as I've done. You need the cage, of course. I've got a tree branch as a perch in there, and that's one of his favorite branches. You can see him just landing there, landing there. Go on your perch. There you go. And I'm going to work with him. Hopefully he'll open up more and maybe learn some commands. I don't know if that's possible with finches. But I got a hamster too, so maybe I'll pull him out and do the next video of the hamster. And then of course I picked up some new fish. Got a new Bosami rainbow and a couple Cory cats. So my tank is just overwhelmingly crowded. I don't know if you can see that. But today's episode is on the finch and what you might need to take care of them. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the boxes below, and I'll try to answer the questions, or else refer you to Dr. Foster's if it's something that I can't answer. Usually you want the cage around eye level. You don't want the cage way down on the floor. The bird gets intimidated real easily and will be scared. It's better if they can maintain, once again, eye contact and visual facial recognition type stuff. This cage is a little bit large for him. The bars are spaced a little wide. He doesn't seem to have any problem with it. He sticks his head through the bars a little bit, looks around, and then goes right back in. He doesn't try to get out, and he doesn't seem to have a problem with trying to get his head stuck in there. Like people have said, birds will get their head stuck if the bars aren't small enough, and it's like, what are the idiots? You know, when these things live in nature, you don't see birds with their heads stuck in anything ever. You see them either dead on the ground or flying around. So, alright. So, say hello to Tweety, everybody, and this is his first YouTube video. Tweety, sing! Sing, Tweety. Tweety, honey. Alrighty then. That's about the way my life goes. So, alright. Hope you enjoyed this, and that's the newest member of the family. So, thanks a lot, and have a great day.